8:45, welcome back to Fox 43 Morning News. And we're taking a live look this morning at the Falcon cam on top of the Rachel Carson building in Harrisburg. And it's an exciting time for the Falcons as 2 eggs have now popped up in the nest over the past week. And we hear a third one is expected soon. So this morning we have more information on the Falcons and what comes next. And joining us now is Bert Myers from the Department of Environmental Protection. Good morning, of course. We appreciate you taking the time to talk all things Falcons with us.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Great. So let's talk about how this all started. How did we get this Falcon cam and these Falcons on top of the Rachel Carson building?
It became as part of the restoration efforts of many agencies. This began in the 70s to bring back the peregrine falcon. They had been near the brink of extinction due to the use of DDT. And then by the 90s, they were starting to do some work to try and bring them into Harrisburg, and by 2000 we had successful nesting on the Rachel Carson State Office building.
So how is this kind of helping to preserve the population?
Well, this is the type of nest site. In these urban sites, there's very few predation. They don't have great horned owls, for example, and they are a major predator of peregrine falcons.
And why are these considered a protected species?
Well, because of the use of DDT that led to the thinning of eggshells in raptors, their population had dropped significantly, and by 1960 they were pretty much gone from the Commonwealth. So in the name of biodiversity, and also because of the Endangered Species Act that kicked in 1970, there was major efforts made to bring this bird back, and those efforts have reaped huge benefits because the peregrine falcon is back in a big way in Pennsylvania.
I feel like they know we're talking about them because now they're moving around a little bit. But so tell us more about the current residents that we have at the nesting site and the eggs that are there too.
Well, this is actually a very interesting year. This is the first year that this pair has bred. They are banded, so we know a lot about her history. The female that's on the screen now is 09BS, and she was banded at hatch, when she hatched, and since then we were able to trace her lineage to the site at Harrisburg, where her grandmother and grandfather were the dominant pair at one time. And then the adult male is 85AK, and he came from a female that was banded and nested in, or came from a nest in Manayunk, part of Philadelphia. So because of banding, we can trace the lineage of these birds pretty effectively.
So you basically have the entire family tree of this falcon population now.
We do, and that's because of the efforts of multiple agencies, not just Department of Environmental Protection, but the Game Commission played a huge role in this, and Department of Conservation and Natural Resources. So we're all sort of working collaboratively to maintain the falcon nest on the Rachel Carson State Office building.
So now we have these eggs, right?
We do.
So what's going to happen once, and when are they expected to hatch, and what's going to happen once they do?
I wish I had a crystal ball, but actually we did have another egg arrive yesterday morning, so there's 3. Normally a clutch of eggs, a group, is 3 to 5. She's on 3 now. We could have another one arrive sometime before the weekend, maybe up to 5. Generally they lay them in 2 to 3 day periods, and 5 is generally the most. So they could be done at this point at 3, or we could be seeing more over the next course of the 24, 48 hours. So if you're a Falcon Cam watcher, you got to keep watching.
And luckily, we use it a lot here at Fox 43 Morning News. We like to show people all the time. So once they do hatch,
yes,
how do you guys band them and keep track of them?
Well, that is dependent on their development. So once they hatch, when they first emerge, they're just real tiny, covered with white fluffy down. When they start getting their adult feathers, and when they get to the point where they have reached close to adult size, then we can band them. And that's very simple process in the sense that we will work with the Game Commission. The biologists will go out, they'll get the birds, bring them inside the building, we band them, we give them a health check them over real quick, and then we place them back into the nest, and we're all good to go.
And then we watch them for years to come, right?
Well, we hope so. You know, the bands are great if you can get them, you know, on screen or in a position when you're in the field where you can see the band. But this is a great opportunity because the cams are right there.
Absolutely. And like I said, we will keep watching, especially over the next couple of days, to see if more eggs show up. Bert, we want to thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you very much. It was my pleasure.
And of course, we have more information on the Falcons and a link to watch the Falcon Cam if you're not watching Fox 43 Morning News all the time, because we've got it up here. But you can check it out on fox43.com.